When most people picture Hawaii, they imagine crystal clear waters, gentle waves, and the chance to swim with dolphins or lay on the sand next to a basking sea turtle. Tourists fly in from across the globe chasing this dream of paradise, a place where humans and nature seem to live side by side in harmony. But there's one truth many visitors don't realize until it's too late. In Hawaii, getting too close to wildlife isn't just disrespectful, it's dangerous, both for you and for the animals themselves. And in some cases, it's even a violation of the law. We're going to explore why you should never touch or disturb Hawaii's most iconic creatures. From honu, the beloved sea turtles, to the monk seals that rest along the shore, to spinner dolphins that captivate swimmers offshore, and even to the state bird, the neem. We'll dive into the science, the culture, the hidden dangers, and the deeper meaning behind keeping your distance. Because in Hawaii, wildlife isn't just wildlife. Sometimes it's sacred. Let's start with the experience most visitors have. You're walking down a beach, maybe on Oahu's North Shore or Maui's Golden Sands, when suddenly you see it. A sea turtle, the honu, slowly crawling up onto the sand. People start gathering, cameras come out, and almost instinctively, some folks inch closer and closer. A few daring ones might even kneel beside the turtle for that perfect Instagram photo. Or imagine snorkeling in Kona, when a pod of dolphins swims by, gliding gracefully through the water. It feels magical, otherworldly, like something out of a dream. Your first instinct might be to swim toward them, maybe even reach out to touch. It's a natural human impulse. We want to connect with beauty, to feel part of something wild and free. But here in Hawaii, that impulse comes with consequences. The first and most obvious reason is legal. Many of Hawaii's animals are endangered or threatened species protected under both federal and state law. Take the Hawaiian green sea turtle, or honu. For decades, their population was in steep decline due to hunting, habitat loss, and fishing practices. Today, thanks to strict protections under the Endangered Species Act, honu have made a remarkable recovery. But they're still considered threatened, and every encounter matters for their survival. Then there's the Hawaiian monk seal. With only about 1,600 left in the wild, it's one of the most endangered marine mammals on the planet. Spotting one is incredibly rare and special, but that rarity also means every single seal matters. Touching, disturbing, or harassing them can disrupt their rest, interfere with nursing pups, and even reduce their chance of survival. Spinner dolphins, though not endangered, are protected under the Marine Mammal Protection Act. These dolphins are famous for their acrobatic spins and playful nature. But here's what most people don't know. The dolphins you see resting in bays during the day are sleeping. Approaching them, swimming toward them, or trying to interact can deprive them of critical rest. Imagine someone barging into your bedroom every night. Over time, that disturbance threatens their health. And then there's the nene, the Hawaiian goose, an official state bird. Once on the brink of extinction, the nene has made a slow comeback thanks to conservation programs. But they remain vulnerable. Feeding them or getting too close puts them at risk of losing their natural behaviors. And once a wild bird grows dependent on humans, it struggles to survive on its own. In Hawaii, the law is clear. Getting too close to these animals can result in fines, sometimes in the thousands of dollars. But beyond the fines, the bigger cost is the damage done to the very creatures that make Hawaii unique. Did you know that sea turtles carry salmonella? That's right. These ancient creatures, as gentle as they appear, can harbor bacteria that cause serious illness in humans. A single touch, and you could end up with days of fever, stomach cramps, and diarrhea. But the danger goes both ways. Just as animals can pass diseases to humans, humans can also pass illnesses to animals. Our hands carry bacteria, oils, and even viruses that can be deadly to species with fragile immune systems. For monk seals, for example, even something as small as a respiratory virus passed from a human can cause outbreaks that wipe out entire groups. And think about the dolphins. They're incredibly social animals, living in tight-knit pods. That means if one dolphin contracts an illness introduced by humans, it can spread rapidly through the group. In conservation science, this is called a spillover effect, and it's one of the hidden ways human interaction threatens wildlife populations worldwide. So that selfie you thought was harmless? It could carry consequences far beyond what you ever imagined. But here's where Hawaii is different from so many other places. The importance of respecting wildlife isn't just about science or law, it's about culture. In Hawaiian tradition, certain animals are considered aumakua, ancestral guardians. These guardians watch over families, guide them, and protect them. They might appear as sharks, owls, geckos, or yes, even turtles. Imagine then what it means when a tourist approaches a honu and tries to touch it. For a Hawaiian family, that turtle may not be just a turtle. It could represent their ancestors, their protectors, their spiritual connection to the land and sea. To disrespect the honu is to disrespect the ancestors. The concept of kapu, or sacred restriction, was deeply tied to Hawaiian life. Certain actions were kapu not just because they were socially enforced, but because they protected the balance of the natural world. Today, respecting wildlife continues that tradition of living in balance. So when locals grow upset at tourists who harass monk seals or chase dolphins, it's not just about protecting animals. It's about protecting culture, identity, and the sacred relationship between people and nature. Over the years, countless stories have made headlines. A tourist fined thousands of dollars for touching a monk seal. A group of visitors who tried to ride a sea turtle. Social media influencers called out for harassing dolphins in the wild. Each time, the outrage isn't just about the act, it's about what it represents. A lack of respect, a break in the unwritten code of pono or righteous behavior. And sometimes the consequences are heartbreaking. Monk seal pups rejected by their mothers after being handled by humans. Dolphins forced to abandon their resting bays because of constant harassment. Nene struck by cars after growing too comfortable around people. These stories serve as reminders that even small actions, one photo, one touch, one moment of curiosity, can ripple outward in ways we don't always see. So if you're visiting Hawaii, what's the right way to experience its incredible wildlife? The rule of thumb is simple. Distance equals respect. Stay at least 10 feet, about 3 meters, away from turtles. Stay at least 50 yards, about half a football field, away from dolphins and monk seals. Never feed nene or any wild bird. Use binoculars or zoom lenses if you want that close-up photo. And most importantly, let the animals decide how close they come to you, not the other way around. By giving space, you allow the animals to be what they are, wild, free, and undisturbed. At its heart, this conversation isn't just about wildlife. It's about how we, as visitors and as humans, choose to relate to the natural world. Hawaii isn't a theme park. It's a living, breathing home filled with species found nowhere else on Earth. Share this video so others understand the importance of giving Hawaii's wildlife the respect they deserve. And remember, paradise is only paradise if we protect it.